Wow. Wow. All I can say today is wow. Again, I'm just spending time with myself. Just laying here thinking about some stuff. People say, you think too much. You overthink. You should stop that. You think too much. You got a lot on your mind. You should relax. It's hard for me to relax when the world around me is falling apart. It's very difficult for me to relax when I see other people suffering, when I see other people hurting, when I see other people confused, and I see other people they don't know which way is up, don't know which way is down, don't know which way is around, and I see myself, I see the different phases of myself, I see the reflections of myself and those around me. The thing that gets me is when I get in a vehicle or I decide to say hello to someone, come outside my comfort zone and I speak to someone. I try to keep to myself, and there's that part of me that enjoys keeping to myself. There's that part of me that likes to be quiet and just alone in my thoughts. But every once in a while, if I'm around people, something that may cause me to say hello. I may just out of kindness say hello. How's it going? Good dawning. I don't say morning. Good afternoon, good night, good evening. Otherwise, I'm keeping to myself. Those that know me know that I'm always to myself, by myself, unless I feel like opening my door to company. But when I speak to people, hey, how are you? What do you do in life? What else do you do? And I'm always working on putting a team together because I want to be able to help people. So I like knowing what people are thinking. I like knowing if I get with this person, if I connect with this person, can we together fix something? Can we together help make something better? As a humanitarian, I'm always looking for humanitarian projects. I'm always looking for something to work on, something to put myself into. And I know that once the investors that belong in my life, once the investors that are connected to my life come around, activate, come around and reveal themselves, once the universe pulls them close to me, I'll be able to tell them, well, these are the projects I want to work on. These are the projects that I see will be a great investment and that many people will get help because of this. So I'm always asking, I'm always trying to build a team. So I'll ask, what else do you do? I see what you're doing now, but what else do you do? I try to get into their head. I try to get into their mindset. I try to figure out what's happening with them and where they could possibly fit in when it comes to what I would like to do. I would like to know how I can help this person. I would like to have an idea of what the majority of the people around are in need of so that I can be effective. I don't want to just be like everybody else helping out. I want to be able to know where the greatest need is. So my idea, my reason, my intention behind all this is I want to help you help. I want you to help me to help you. Help me to help you. Tell me who you are. Tell me what you do. Help me to help you. And the thing that really irritates me, that bothers me, that gets to me, is when I ask their name. And they always give me the name that they think will be easy for me to pronounce. They always give me the name that they think will be easy for me to say, that will be easy for me to remember. And no one just gives me their name, their local name, the name that they were born with. No one just gives me that name. No one just gives me the name that I know the ancestors recognize, the ancients recognize. No one gives me that name. And then I look back over my life and I said, you know what? I did the same thing before I shook myself and went back to my GPS, my spiritual GPS. We got a natural GPS. When we get lost and we get off course, it has to recalculate. We're trying to go to a certain destination, so we'll get our technology out. We'll go into the app on our phone and we'll type in the destination that we want to go to. And I look back over my life, and there was plenty of times I just typed in the name that everyone was happy with, the name that everyone found easy to pronounce, the name that every millions, thousands of other people had. I typed in that name so many times. I typed in that name so many times, and it led me on journeys that were just devastating. I found myself going to places that everyone else was going to. Hundreds of people were typing in the same name that I had. And hundreds and thousands of people were going to the same destination that I typed in. I typed in that name over and over again. And I got the same results over and over again that everybody else was getting. There were a few that were born with silver spoons in their mouths that had the same name, and things worked out a whole lot better for them. But every time someone from my background, every time someone from my culture typed that same name in, it wasn't all silver spoonish. He said, oh, he's talking rubbish. He's talking about a name. You decide how to make the name. True. I hear you. I hear you. But you have to know something. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. If we follow the ways of the physical, we are following the herd mentality. We are following the crowd. And as we follow the crowd, whatever the crowd is eating on that path, you are also eating on that particular path. whatever the crowd receives as rain, you also receive as rain. And whatever weather the crowd is experiencing, you will also experience. When benefits and things are passed out to the crowd, you also get. So it's broken down. A lot of it is watered down. When you are unique within yourself, you don't like having to get what everyone else is getting. But when you're following the crowd, when you're following the herd mentality, you're doing everything you can to fit in. You're doing everything you can to have a name that's easy to pronounce. You're doing everything you can to fit in. You're trying to fit in where you get in. You're trying to fake it till you make it. You're trying to go along with that crowd and just fit in socially and go along with the crowd and just blend in and fit in. And you're thinking that you're going to get so much by going with the flow. You're thinking, if I just type in what everyone else is typing in, my GPS will lead me to where everyone else is going and I'll be able to benefit like everyone else is benefiting. So for many, many years, I typed in that name, trying to fit in, trying to get in, trying to make it, by having to fake it. And then one day I got tired of going along with the crowd. I got tired of eating what the crowd was eating. I got tired of doing what the crowd was doing. I got tired of following the herd. I got tired of following them. Yeah, it felt safer because I didn't have to worry about people seeing me all by myself and, oh, he's all by himself. It's easy to take him out. It's easy to take out the crowd too. It's easy to take out the herd too. All they have to do is just drop something that explodes in the same area and you get them all. You get them all. One drop, boom, you get them all. I said, I don't want to live that way anymore. I don't want to live that way anymore. I'm tired of getting all the leftovers. I'm tired of getting what everyone else is getting. I'm tired of chasing after the bag like everybody's chasing after the bag. I'm tired of chasing after money like everybody else is chasing after money. It's too taxing. It's too stressful. Waking up every day and chasing that money, chasing that bag every day, trying to get a house and a car like everybody else is getting a house and a car. Tired of it. Tired of running after that life that everyone else is running after. And I just got so tired. I'm talking about me personally. You can do whatever you want. It's your journey. You do whatever you want. I'm just having a moment with myself, with me, myself, and I. And I'm thinking about some things to me, myself, and I. One day I just pulled over. In the midst of my journey. I pulled over. I put my life in park. After taking my foot off the brake, I put my life in park. I turned the engine of my life off. I rolled down my window so I could get some proper air. There's nothing like fresh air. You can get that air conditioning all day long and it's nice and cool, but there's nothing like fresh air. So I turned off the engine of my life. I turned off the vehicle of my life. Rolled down my window to get a little fresh air. I grabbed my phone. I went to my phone's app. I grabbed the GPS and I went to the GPS's main menu. And the question was, what is your name? I've read the GPS. It said destination, but when I saw it clearly, it's destination. Okay, where are you going? Where do you want to go? But finally, I saw it with my spiritual eyes. And it said, what is your name? Tell me your name. And then I will show you. I will show you a totally different journey than the one that you're on now. The journey that you're on now is crowd following and crowd pleasing. The journey that you are on now has you stressing yourself out every day chasing the money. The journey that you are on now has you desperately trying to feed yourself. The journey that you are on now has you desperately trying to survive. The journey that you are on now, everybody is on that same road trying to get that bag, trying to grind and get some money, trying to just stay out from sun up to sundown, work even in the night, lose sleep, can't sleep until you reach a certain level. You're trying so hard to reach a certain level. And it seems like you are wearing yourself out. Every time you turn around, you're tired. Every time you turn around, you're falling asleep. You're trying to do what everybody else is doing, and it's wearing you out. It's giving you high blood pressure. It's giving you diabetes. It's giving you stress. It's giving you depression because you're trying to work very, very hard to do what everybody else is doing because they're saying this is the way. This is the way to success. This is the way to all that money. This is the way to that brand new car. This is the way to that brand new house. This is the way to get all this land. And you can do what you want. This is the way to provide for your family. This is the way to help yourself. This is the way to survive. This is the way to that new relationship. And you're stressing yourself out. I said, I'm stressing myself out. I had to pull my vehicle over. I had to pull my life over. I had to put my life in park. I had to turn my life's engine off. I had to roll down my window to get some fresh air. And I said, let me go back to my GPS. Whether it be an actual device or an actual app, let me go back to my GPS. Let me go back and see what I need to do. Because my life keeps recalculating. It's like I missed a turn somewhere along the way. It's like I missed an exit somewhere along the way. I didn't do what I needed to do because I was trying to, all the crowd, all the traffic was going this way. But those that drive know that traffic is very frustrating. Traffic is very frustrating. Very frustrating being caught up in traffic. And then you take a detour, trying to take a detour to get to the same destination. You're taking all these detours to get to the same destination. And I took all those detours trying to get to the same destination. I was following everybody else. I was doing what everybody else was doing. But I pulled over one day in the midst of depression. I pulled over one day in the midst of suicidal thoughts. I pulled over one day in the midst of homicidal thoughts. I pulled over one day in the midst of frustration. I pulled over one day with tears all in my eyes, tears streaming down my face. I pulled over one day. I didn't know what to do, but I knew I should pull over. I said, let me pull over because I can't cry and go on my journey at the same time. If I'm crying and I can't see properly, I'm gonna mess things up. If I'm crying and I'm trying to keep going along and I can't see properly and I'm all emotional, I'm gonna crash into someone else. I'm gonna cause an accident for someone else. I'm gonna cause my vehicle, I'm gonna cause my journey to be spoiled because I'm not thinking properly, because I'm all messed up. I'm not thinking properly because I'm anxious. I'm not thinking properly because my mind is cluttered with so many things, and I'll miss a turn, and I've missed so many turns because I was so focused on just what was happening inside me that I forgot to turn. I forgot my turn. So my GPS had to recalculate. My life had to recalculate to make up for the turn that I missed, to make up for the exit that I missed, to make up for what I did wrong, to make up for spoiling some areas in my life, spoiling some people, hurting myself. I messed up, so my life had to recalculate so many times. Finally, out of frustration, I pulled over. Finally, out of frustration, I pulled over and I said, let me take a break right now. Let me take a mental break right now before I cause an accident. Let me pull myself over. Let me pull my life over and take a break right now before I spoil some things. Let me take a break right now. Let me pull myself together right now. Let me pull my life over. Let me go back to my device. Let me go back to my GPS system. Let me go back to my spiritual GPS system. And let me type in another destination. For some reason, this destination, the destination that I was on, was messing me all up. Had my GPS leading me to some stuff that was destroying my life. Had my GPS having to recalculate my journey as I was headed toward the same destination. Taking all these detours, taking all these shortcuts, having to get all these different jobs, having to meet all these different people, having to tell them, well, this is my story. Trying to give them, they say, hey, how are you? What's your name? Having to give them a name that I thought was easy for them to pronounce. Having to give them a name that I thought would just blend in. Having to give them a name that I thought they would feel comfortable with. So I gave them my comfortable name. I'm trying to relate to you. I'm trying to make you comfortable. This is my name. What's your name? Well, this is my name. Didn't feel comfortable giving them the name that I knew deep inside myself. Didn't feel comfortable giving them the name that I knew my ancestors would be proud of. Didn't feel comfortable with giving them the name that I knew my ancient warriors of long ago would feel proud of. So I gave them my basic name. I gave them the name that I felt comfortable with, thinking that they will also feel comfortable with it. So I gave them that name. And that was the name that led me on the journey that I was on. That was the name that I typed in, the name that I put into the spiritual GPS is the name that led me on the journey that I was once on. Led me on roads that were more and more confusing. Led me on paths that were more and more basic. I wanted to get away from all the traffic, but because of what I typed in before I began the journey, now I'm seeing all this traffic. I'm seeing everybody is going this same way, and only but so many people can fit on this road without there being major accidents. All it takes is one accident ahead. All it takes is one person to mess up ahead. All it takes is one person that has also typed in the same name, the same destination. All it takes is one person to mess it up for everybody, and that's it. The whole road is shut down. The whole road of people with the same name that I have, the same road will just shut down and spoil it for everybody. Everybody's on the same road, in the same vehicle, in the same name, and I'm wondering how come there's so much confusion. I'm on the road with everyone that has the same name that I have. I'm on a road with everyone that typed in the same destination. So there's a lot of traffic. So I take a detour, but I take the same name with me. I take a detour, but I take the same destination, final destination with me. So I'm gonna get led back to the same crap. Yeah, I'll be away from all the rest of the traffic for a moment, but the traffic will still be waiting for me. Whether I hit it in the middle, or hit it at the end, or avoid it altogether, either way, I'm ending up at the same place because I typed in the same name. So I'll end up at the same place because I typed in the same name that I thought everyone else would feel comfortable with. That I thought I would be able to get somewhere with if I just stand upon that name rather than standing upon the name that I know is deep within my soul, that I know is deep within my spirit, that I know my ancestors would have been proud of. But I refused it. I refused it because I wanted to fit in. I refused it because I wanted to fake it till I make it. I refused it because I wanted to get everything that everybody else was getting. I wanted to get the house. I wanted to get the car. I wanted to get all the jewelry. I wanted to get the relationship status that everybody else had. I wanted to get what everyone else had, so I typed in the name that hundreds and thousands of people have now or had at one point. And I'm wondering how come my life was all jacked up. I'm wondering how come all these things are coming my way and bringing worry into my life, bringing stress into my life. Well, what name did you type into the GPS there, friend? What name did you type in? What is your name? What is your real name? You can only cash this check with your real name. You can only use this spiritual credit card. You can only cash this spiritual check that's going to bring you your spiritual and your natural breakthrough. If you type in, you have to be able to show ID for your real name. Some people went out and got their ID changed, got their name changed. They became a different person. Why? Oh, I want to fit in. Oh, I want to get that bag. Oh, I want to get all this money. So I'm a fit in. I'm going to make my name easy for everyone to pronounce. I'm going to fit in. I'm going to get that bag. I'm going to get that money. I'm going to get those CDs that I want. I'm going to fit in. I'm going to make it easy for people to say my name. I'm going to make it easy for people to pronounce my name. So you put that new name into play. You put that new name on all your IDs. But you try to use that new name to get what only the spiritual name can release to you. Where is he going with this? What is your name? What is the name connected to your spiritual destination? What is the name connected to your real breakthrough? What is the name connected to what the Creator really has for you? What is the name connected to what the Most High really has for you? What is the name connected to the real Almighty? What is the name connected to the real spiritual realm of gifts that are stored up for you? What is your name? What is your name? What is your name? They say if you do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, you are moving in insanity. I went back to my GPS. This time I went back to my spiritual GPS and I typed in the name connected to who I really am. And it wasn't what everybody thought I was. It wasn't who everyone thought I was. I typed in the name connected to who I really am. I typed in my real name, connected to my spiritual journey, connected to my spiritual breakthrough. Because when things are first done in the spirit realm and then they are made manifest in the natural realm. So in the spirit realm, we are spiritual beings having a natural experience. In the spirit realm, I typed in my real name. And now I find myself in a place where I belong. Before, I found myself in places that I did not belong. I found myself dealing with stuff I did not need to be dealing with. I found myself connected to people that I did not need to be connected to. When I typed in the name that everyone felt comfortable with. When I typed in the name that all kinds of people had. Thinking that that was the ticket to success. I saw myself getting nowhere. I saw myself ending up in traffic all over again. I found my life recalculating. I found myself being depressed. I found myself being sad because I was working too hard, trying to do what everyone else thought was the way to success. I struggled feeding myself because I typed in what everyone else typed in, thinking that this is the way to success. And it was not the way to success. It was just the way the whole crowd was going. It was just the way that the herd mentality was taking them. I didn't start seeing my life brand new until I pulled my vehicle over, until I pulled my life over, until I cut off that fake air and opened my window and got some real air. I got some real air in my life. I got some real air in my life. And when I rolled down my window and got some fresh air, it came to me. You are following everyone else as you are trying to be successful in your journey, as you're trying to reach your destination. You're typing in what everyone else is typing in. That's why you're so frustrated. You're typing in what everyone else is typing in. That's why you're so depressed. You're typing in what everyone else is typing in. That's why you are so frustrated and angry and just going mad and always ending up in traffic, having to take detours, having to take shortcuts. It's a good thing you know the area. You know what roads to take. in order to get to the same destination, but you're still frustrated even after you get there because you still see that the money is low in your life. You still see that success is low, an all-time low in your life. You still see that you're eating the same food in the same area. You're seeing the same faces when you wake up every day, and it's supposed to be a new day. It's supposed to be a new year, but you're seeing the same old stuff. You're seeing the same old problem. You're seeing the same old low, small amount of account. The account is small, small, small. I'm getting the same results that I was getting last year. I'm getting worse results that I was getting than last year. I'm frustrated. I'm trying to go to school. I can't pay for school. I'm trying to get my life together. I'm trying to get that good relationship. I'm getting all these bad relationships. I'm stuck with someone that I don't love. I'm stuck with someone that I don't care about, or I'm stuck with someone that I do care about, but I can't even show that I care about them because I'm stuck in the same situation. I'm running out of my home while it's still dark to try to make some money. I'm running out of my home while the sun is trying to come out. I'm running out of my home before the rest of the traffic gets there because I'm trying to get some money in my life, but it seems like it's small, small, small. Because I'm doing what everyone else is doing. I'm following what everyone else is doing. They're saying this is the way and I'm going that way. They're saying this will bring success and I'm going that way. What are you typing into your spiritual GPS? What are you typing in? Are you typing in what everyone else is typing in? What is your name? Let's start with that. Because if you're going to reach a destination, it wants to know the name of the place that you want to get to. When you go to the GPS system, the natural GPS, the technology of today wants to know what is the name that you're typing in. You want to reach where? You want to go where? Type in a name. Give us a name and we'll show you how you can get there. We'll even include traffic. So we'll show you the one that doesn't have the large amount of traffic. We'll show you that one. Yeah, we'll show you that one. I don't want a whole bunch of traffic. I don't want, what do you want as you are on your journey to your destination? Well, I don't want a whole bunch of traffic. I want some shortcuts on how to get there faster. That's what I want. So type in a name and we'll give you the map according to what's in our system. See, that's the problem. That's the problem that I discovered. That's the problem. I'm typing in a name in their system, trying to get to a place that they have provided for me. And that place is going to lead everyone else that types in that name to that same destination, to that same place. So when you get there, when you finally get to that destination that's in their system, what's really going to be left over for you to actually have? You started out in life saying, okay, when I grow up, I want to be this person. Then you lived real life and you're just like, oh, I can't be that person. You told everybody, oh, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a preacher, I want to be a pastor, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a doctor. And then you started out with this dream, you started out with this vision, and then you found out along the way, wait a minute, it's going to cost me all of this to be all of that, so I might as well just settle for this for right now, because I can't be that, so I have to settle for this. Based on what I typed in from the beginning, I found out I can't go there. I can't get to where I want to get to because I'm in their system, typing in names that their system recognizes. Their system recognizes certain names, so I'm going to tell them my name is this. I'm going to tell them that my destiny is this. Your name and your destiny, they match in some way. So I'm typing this name in. I'm trying to get to that destination. Along the way, I want that house. Along the way, I want that car. Along the way, I want that family. Along the way, I want these things. Along the way, I want that iPhone. Along the way, I want that beautiful Android phone, maybe. Along the way, I want some laptops. Along the way, I want some beautiful houses on beautiful land. Along the way, I want some beautiful cars that I can drive around in or have people drive me around. Along the way, I want what I see so many leaders have. Along the way, I want what they have. Along the way, I want to see in my life what I see in their lives. Along the way, I watch movies and I watch television. I see so many wonderful things that I want to have in my life. Along the way, I want to eat something different. I'm tired of eating the same rice every day. I'm tired of the same yams every day. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I want to be able to eat something different. I want to be able to go to other places. I want to be able to work real hard and get my passport and travel around the world. And this was my thoughts as I sat in my town. I said, I want this and I want that. Oh, if you want that, you're going to have to work this job. You're going to have to go to school, and then you have to get all this training. You're going to have to get all of these things, and then you can one day, close to retirement, be able to do these lovely things. Let me tell you something. You are looking at a person that was never satisfied with a job. Because the letters job, J-O-B, just over broke. J-O-B, job, just over broke. It's never good to have a job. For those that pronounce it job. Some people see J-O-B and it says Job. Either way, it's suffering. Look at the life of Job, suffering. Look at the life of having a job, suffering. So no matter how you say the word J-O-B, job or Job, it's still suffering. But Job's life ended well. After much suffering. But having a job is good after much suffering. What name do you carry on your life? What name do you carry on your life? Do you carry the name job on your life? Do you carry, I don't see, as a matter of fact, with all the people getting everybody else's name, with all the people walking around here and driving around here with everybody else's name other than their local name, other than the name that maybe their parents gave them, or other than the name that okay, they were born on a Thursday, so Yao, I think that is. They're walking around with all these different names and they wonder, how come I'm suffering so much? How come I'm dealing with so much anxiety? How come I'm so sad? Let's start first and foremost with your name. What name is on your life? What name is on your destination? What name are you carrying? That's the destination that you're going into. What name are you carrying? What vision are you carrying? Are you copying and pasting everybody else's vision? Are you copying and pasting everybody else's dream? Are you copying and pasting everybody else's name? I had to pull my life over and say, wait a minute. Am I copying and pasting? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Am I carrying everybody else's name? Wait a minute. Is everyone else carrying my name? Wait a minute. My destination is not looking the way that I have it in my brain, that I have it in my dreams, that I have it in my vision. My destination and my journey along the way to that destination is not looking like I envisioned as a small child. As a small child, they said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be this, and that. And now, what are you doing now? The time from your childhood, saying what you wanted to be when you grow up, to where you are now, is quite different. As a child, you were able to dream big dreams. As a child, you were able to see great visions. You were able to have wonderful imaginations. Children are so innocent. They can dream and love the dream that they're having until someone comes along and says, why are you dreaming about that? Doubt comes along from other people, and doubt comes along even from yourself. And it says, why are you dreaming like that? Don't you see where you live now? Don't you see the money that's in your account or the money that you don't have? Don't you see that you can't get there with the things that you have in your life now? And it gets sad to us. It becomes very sad for us when we think about what we wanted to be when we grew up, and we think about who we are now, and the pain that just, the pain. The pain is so great when you think about what you wanted to do, and you think about what you're forced to do. The pain is so great. When you were a child, you say, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a scientist. I want to do something that's going to help change the world. You looked around and you saw your parents were poor. You looked around and you saw your parents struggling. And you, as a child, you say, I don't want to struggle anymore. Every day you had to wake up and do your chores before going to school. And it's like, oh man, I got to clean up. Oh man, I got to brush the compound down with this little broom. Oh man, you had to do a lot of work before going to school. Sometimes you were so glad to be in school away from all the work. And some that can't afford school, they're forced to work, and can't finish school. And it hurts. There's a lot of pain around me. A lot of pain around me. And there was a lot of pain in me before I even came to the place of where I am now. But it took me to change my mindset. It took me to go back to my GPS, my spiritual GPS. It took me to go back to my spiritual GPS and type my real name in. Not the name that they put on my life. Not the name that came from my colonizers. Not the name that came from the people that beat my ancestors into the ground and made them slaves. I didn't use that name. When I went back to my GPS, I didn't type that same name in. I didn't type in the name of the people that control my planet now. I didn't type that name in. I didn't type in the name of the people that control all the resources where I live now. I didn't type that name in. I refused to type in that name. The GPS looked at me, and I looked down back at the GPS in the spirit realm. I looked back at the GPS as the GPS looked at me, and the GPS didn't say, what is the name of your destination? The spiritual GPS said, what is your name? I say, wait a minute, when I use the natural GPS, it says, what is your destination? It says, where are you going? The natural GPS says, where are you going? And then it helps me go where I'm going. The natural GPS. The technology GPS. The technology GPS says, where is your destination? Where to? Where are you going? That's the regular technology GPS. The regular technology GPS that a man put together. A man put together based on their system. A man put together based on how they saw things. Probably from an aerial position, from a position looking down, the way they saw things. If you're going to the mall, okay, the mall is here. You are here, the mall is here. You are here, the mall is here. You want to go to the mall, so you type in mall, and then their system will get you from where you are to the mall. Their system. Using their system, you end up in traffic. Using their system, you end up frustrated. Using their system, you end up going crazy. Using their system, it will slow down your journey. You can't make as much money as you want to make because you're using their system. You can't get the dreams fulfilled that you want to get fulfilled because you're using their system. Their system is designed to watch you fail. Their system is designed to watch you not go anywhere. Their system is designed to watch you do what everyone else is doing and get caught up in traffic. Their system is designed that way. It's a man that's probably never lived in your place. It's a man trying to direct you somewhere that's probably never lived in your country. That's probably never been to your country. That's probably never lived in your shoes. That probably never had your problems. That probably never had your stress. That probably never had your frustrations. That probably never had your roadblocks. The system that you are typing into, the name that you are putting into their system, is not going to get you where you need to go, and it's not going to put a smile on your life ever, because it's not designed that way. It's designed to see you fall and falter and cry and have problems and get caught in traffic and go where everyone else is going and follow the herd, follow the herd. It's designed, it's their system. So they're making us live our lives based on their system. Whew. No wonder I was frustrated. No wonder I was crying every other day. No wonder I was on medication. No wonder I had to be hospitalized so many times, because I was trying to live my best life in their system. Oh, whoo, gosh. I pulled over my life and I said I refuse to live according to their system ever again. I refuse to type my life into their system. So I typed my life into the spiritual realm. I typed my life into the spiritual GPS, and I got better results. Now I am in the place where I need to be, and I'm going to go where I need to be. I'm going to be able to see different things happen on my journey toward the destination that will bring the most happiness in my life. That will bring the most joy in my life. That will bring the most satisfaction in my life. That will bring the most success in my life. As I type into that spiritual GPS, I learn new things. As I type into the spiritual GPS, I learn better things. As I type into the spiritual GPS, I'm able to reconnect with my real journey, with my real destination. As I type into the spiritual GPS, I'm able to get away from the crowd. And I'm able to be okay with being away from the crowd. I'm able to see my burden lessened in life. I'm able to see life a little bit better through better eyes. I'm able to hear through better ears. I'm able to see through better eyes because I'm typing into my spiritual GPS now. And my spiritual GPS is saying, what is your name? Yeah. And I'm able to type in the things that make sense on spiritual levels. I'm able to type in things that make sense on spiritual levels. Whereas before I typed in what everybody else. Everybody else was typing in John, so I typed in John. Everybody else was typing in Mark, so I typed in Mark. Everybody else was typing in Adam, so I typed in Adam. Everybody else was typing in a name that everyone else was used to. Everyone else was typing in Mary. Everyone else was typing in John. Everyone else was typing in Mark. Everyone else was typing in Sue. Everyone else is typing in a name that people can pronounce. And so what was left for me? The leftovers. The leftovers was left for me. That everyone else that had my name, they took all the good stuff. And all I was able to get was the leftovers. I woke up because I was tired of the leftovers. I was tired of getting the same old stuff. Day after day after day. I woke up to a new day. I woke up to a new year, but I had the same old stuff in my life. I went and I sat in the same chair. I went and I saw the same people around me. I went and I said, I need something different, but I'm in the same life that I was in yesterday. I'm in the same life that I was in last year. I'm in the same struggle. I was saying to myself. I'm in the same struggle. How do I get out of this same struggle? How do I get out of this traffic? What turn do I need to make? What detour do I need to make to get out of this traffic? I'm in all this traffic because I'm here with the herd. I'm in all this traffic because I'm thinking the way other people are thinking. I'm in all this traffic because I'm naming myself the name that all these other people have. I'm in this traffic. I'm in this frustration. I'm in this confusion. I'm in this stress. I'm in this sadness. And it's all because I'm typing in, answering the question that somebody else's system is asking me. Where do you want to go? What is your destination? I was so glad when I picked up my spiritual GPS and I typed in Jabari. For the first time in a long time, things began to change in my life when I began to take on the name of my indigenous people. When I began to take on the name that my ancestors was happy with. When I began to take on the name that my ancient warriors was happy with. When I began to take on the name of the day that I was born on. Y'all. I think it is. Y'all. Thursday. Y'all for Thursday. I was born on a Thursday. My name is Yao. I typed in Yao and I got different results when I typed in Yao. I typed in Yao one day. And I said, wow. I used to hate Thursdays because Friday, the weekend, wasn't close enough. I used to hate Thursday. Because Thursday was one day. I still had one day. I still had 24 hours before I got to Friday, the weekend. Friday, I loved Friday. I loved Saturday and I loved Sunday. Because Sunday I could just not worry about anything. I could just take it easy. I could just I could sleep longer. Because I didn't want to do anything on Sunday. I wasn't trying to follow everyone else. I could choose whatever day I wanted. But I like Friday because it represented the weekend. So I hated Thursday. I hated Thursday. I hated y'all. I hated y'all. I hated it. I hated it. But when I typed it in on the spiritual GPS, woohoo! When I typed my name in, on the GPS, the spiritual GPS, I saw different sights. I saw places of where I found myself at. I saw better places. I saw different places when I typed that name in. When I typed that spiritual destination in, I saw things differently. I felt different. I felt different. When I typed my indigenous name in, Jabari, I saw different views altogether. It's like my third eye popped open, which is really my first eye. My first eye, I became awake when I typed in my real name. I became awake when I typed in the name that I didn't care if anyone pronounced it correctly. I didn't care. I didn't care if they didn't get it right. That's not on me. That's on them. They must learn it. I'll help them to pronounce it. I'll help them to say it. But I'm not going to change my name anymore because they don't feel comfortable with it. I'm not going to change my name anymore because they can't pronounce it. I'm not going to change my name anymore. I'm not going to change my destiny anymore. I'm not going to change my destination anymore. When I look at my spiritual GPS and it says, what is your name? I'm not going to go with the name that everybody went with anymore. I'm not going to follow everybody else anymore. I'm not going to get caught in traffic anymore. I'm not going to get caught in traffic anymore. So when the spiritual GPS says, what is your name? What is your name? What is your name? I'm putting in Jabari. What is your name? I'm putting in Yao. What is your name? I'm putting in Bumani. Because when I put in Jabari, Jabari means bold. When I put in Jabari, Jabari means brave. When I put in Jabari, Jabari means courageous. So as I'm on my journey, I don't care if their system says recalculating. I'm going to keep doing what I feel inside me to do. I don't care about their system anymore. Oh my gosh, you can't speak like that, brethren. They'll come and hurt you. Oh gosh. I'm a spiritual being having a natural experience. I'm a spiritual being first, having a physical experience second. I'm a spiritual being. So I decided from that day forward that I would use my spiritual GPS. Don't care about where the crowd is going. Don't care about where everybody else says I should go. I don't care about that anymore. I will use my spiritual GPS from that point on. And when I started using my spiritual GPS, wow. Then I was able to get my passport. When I started using my spiritual GPS, then I started meeting the right people. Oh man. The people in my circle, people close to me changed. When I used their GPS, the people around me stayed the same. When I used their GPS, the people in my life still cause me frustration. When I used their GPS, I got their results that they felt I should have. But when I started using my spiritual GPS and I started listening beyond what they wanted me to listen to, when I started doing beyond what they wanted me to do, when I started listening to my spiritual GPS, when I started typing into my spiritual GPS, whoo! Now I find myself in a country that I did not grow up in. Now I find myself with a passport. Now I find myself not crying for CDs, not crying for money. Now I find myself not crying, saying, oh, I need better relationships around me. I need better people around me. Now I find myself meeting better people. Now I find myself waking up in the brand new day, actually feeling brand new, rather waking up in a brand new day, in a brand new year, feeling the same. I don't wake up feeling the same anymore, because now I'm using my spiritual GPS, and my spiritual GPS is not going to ask me what is my destination. My spiritual GPS is not going to ask me, where are you going? My spiritual GPS is not going to ask me those questions. Those questions only come from their system. The spirit realm is not going to ask me those questions. All I have to do is confirm who I am when I type it in. I confirm who I am. They got my thumbprint. They got my eye scan. Huh? They got facial recognition when I look into my spiritual GPS. When I look into my spiritual device, it reads my face. It knows who I am. It reads my spirit. It knows who I am. It reads my soul. It knows who I am. I don't have to put my thumbprint. It already has my thumbprint. It already has the numbers of hairs on my head. It already has how my pupils look, how my eyes look. It does a soul check. It does a spiritual check. And then it says, all right, confirmed. Confirmed. So when I go to the spiritual bank, I don't have to ask. I speak it from the unseen into the seen. Based on what I put in, based on the confirmation that I give, all is well. All is well. People from their system trying to interrupt me while I'm talking to myself. So who are you talking to there? I'm talking to me, myself, and I, and whoever shows up on the live. That's who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to everybody. They won't even allow this to go to everybody. Got kicked off Facebook 9 times. Facebook don't allow me to talk this talk. YouTube makes sure that it's of only a small amount of people that I'm able to talk to. Instagram lets me go live, but even sometimes they get a little funny, crazy. They want to stop a little bit. Yeah. But when I pick up my spiritual GPS, when I look into my spiritual device, I type in Yao. I type in Jabari. And they got the destination from there. They will handle things from there. The universe will handle things from there. My Creator will handle things from there. The Most High will handle things from there. The Almighty One will handle things from there. As I type in who I really am, they got me covered from there. The Creator has me covered from there. My destiny is covered from there. My destination is covered from there. Things that belong in my life are covered from there. The things that are waiting for me in the unseen realm become seen from there. Manifest themselves from there as I type in the truth of who I am. As I type in my truth. On the device, the spirit realm device, on the device that was long before their devices. Their devices will always cause you to be caught in traffic. Their devices will always cause you to be caught up with frustration. Their devices will always cause you to cry when you're all by yourself because your dream is not happening. Your vision is not happening. Your destiny is so far away from you. What you wanted to be as a child can't happen now because you feel like you're too old. You feel like you don't have enough money. You feel lost. You feel hurt. You feel pain every day because you are typing into their system. because you are using the name to confirm who you are in their system, to verify who you are in their system. And you wonder how come there's so much trouble. I had to look in the mirror one day. I had to pull my life over one day. I had to put my life in park one day. I had to turn off their system and roll down my window and be reminded of the natural fresh air. Roll down my window and be reminded of nature. Roll down my window and be reminded that I'm a spiritual person first before all of this stuff. I rolled down my window, received some fresh air, and I was reminded of my real name. I said, I'm tired of recalculating. I put down their device and I picked up the spiritual realm. I picked up the spiritual realm and I typed in my real name. I refused to type in the name that they gave me. I refused to type in the name that they put upon my life. I refused to type in the name that they felt comfortable with. I refused to type in the name that they felt at peace with. And I typed in my real name. The spiritual device said, the spiritual realm said, what is your name? What is your name? What is your name? And I knew from that point on that my real name was connected to my real destination. My real name is connected to my real destiny. And I don't have to follow the crowd anymore. And I don't have to fake it till I make it anymore. And I don't have to get in where I fit in anymore. And I don't have to go where everyone else is going to see my life successful anymore. I don't have to live the way they want me to live. They want me to live and live and live until I break, until I can't live anymore. They want me to follow this money, follow this money, follow this money until I break down and die. And they won't care because that's one less person to deal with in their system. But not I. What is your name? My name is Jabari. What is your name? My name is Yao. I am happy now with Thursday. What is your name? What is your name? What is your name? Your name is connected to your real destiny. Your true name. Your true name. You know, if I have to rename myself, I'll rename myself. But I will not name myself what everyone else is calling themselves, unless it's connected to the truth of who I am. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Yaos out there, but there is no Yao like me, baby. I know there's a lot of Jabaris out there, but there's no Jabari like me, baby. But I put in my real name, even if other people do have it. I put in my real name, and the result is I get my real destination, and I get my real destiny. But I'm not ashamed to put my real name in. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't care. I will put my real name in. What is your name?